Hey everyone, my name is Sean Cecil from the Oculus Institute, and today I'm going to teach you about the discomfort zone. So we've all heard of our comfort zone, right? You'll say, oh, well, people don't want to go outside of their comfort zone. But you go and you look at people who are really struggling in their careers or in any other area of their life, and they're in this same place where they're obviously miserable, they're obviously unhappy, and yet they seem to always have trouble leaving it. And they may say they want to leave it, they may say that it's really important to them, but whenever it actually comes time to make some sacrifices or to put in some work or whatever to leave it, for whatever reason, they pull back, right? So this is what I like to call people's discomfort zone, because it's not their comfort zone. They're not comfortable at all, right? They're clearly uncomfortable. But just like what people call the comfort zone, they don't actually really want to leave at a very deep level. Even though on the surface they may think they want to and they're unconscious, they're really having trouble leaving it. And why is it that this exists? So, if you go back into evolution, when we were on the savannah, there were a lot of things that could kill us. We could get eaten by a lion, we could get speared in the head by somebody from a different tribe, we could fall off a mountain and die, we could get separated from our tribe and die from hunger. It was a pretty dangerous place. And so our brains are evolved on the premise that if you are alive, you are winning. You've done a good job. Now, in today's society, it doesn't operate that way. In today's society, we actually judge ourselves a lot more based off of all these other social constructs. We'll judge ourselves based off how much income we make, or what kind of relationship we're in, or where we live, or any of this kind of stuff. And I'm not saying that those are how we should judge ourselves. I'm just saying that's how most people operate, right? So what happens is you have this conflict because the human social part of you in one part of your brain is saying, hey, I'm not winning because I'm not where I want to be professionally. I'm not where I want to be financially. I'm not where I want to be in these other aspects, right? But then the animal part of you is saying, but you are winning. You're still alive. That's a win. You're still alive. And most people don't realize that, in the absence of significant training psychologically, that animal part will win out over the human part almost every time. You have to go through a process of transformation to really wake up that human part of you so that doesn't happen. And so if you haven't done that, then what's going to happen is you'll have people where the human part of them wants to reach for something greater, but the animal part of them is saying, no, this is comfortable because we're still alive. And that's how people get trapped in that discomfort zone, right? They get trapped in this situation where, they don't want to move forward because that's new and scary. And, the brain at a subconscious level thinks it might kill them, even though in today's society, it clearly won't. But the human part of them isn't fulfilled. So how do you get past that? Well, the key here is you've got to learn to understand yourself, because if you don't know that your subconscious is resisting, you're not going to be able to think. You're just going to have this feeling, you're going to go, oh, I can't do it, right? So you have to start with this really, really, really deep internal awareness. You have to really become acquainted with all those instincts and all those triggers and everything. You have to understand the different layers of your mind, right? The part of you that is, operating from that social dynamic, the part of you that's operating from that animal dynamic, the part of you that's operating from that deep soulful dynamic that's actually about what you really want to do. So, even just moving into a better place professionally, an even better, level to operate from is what you actually want to do, what would really fulfill you, but certainly not the animal dynamic. That's the worst one you can operate from. And so as you become aware of how you're operating on each of these levels and how they interact with each other, and you step back and you see it from the perspective of the observer, and you stop saying, I don't want to do that, I'm afraid of that. You say, oh, that part of the mind, the crocodile part of my mind is afraid of that. And when you create that distance, then you drain that of its power. And now it doesn't happen instantly. But over time, as you start to see these different parts of the brain as separate from you, then you can choose which ones you want to invest in, and you can vote for which one gets to win. But you can't make that decision until you've stepped back and become the observer. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you want to learn more about career planning, getting out of a burnout job, or creating a career that truly fulfills you, then I've got a free comprehensive video laying out the process. All you need to do is go to the link below, www.oculusinstitute.com/workshop, and sign up to get access to the free presentation. See you on the other side.